The Legends of King Arthur and His Knights by Sir James Knowles, read by Isaksen. Preface to the 8th edition. The publishers have asked me to authorize a new edition in my own name of this little book, now long out of print, which was written by me 35 years ago under the initials JTK. In acceding to their request, I wish to say that the book as now published is merely a word-for-word reprint of my early effort to help to popularize the Arthur legends. It is little else than an abridgment of Sir Thomas Malory's version of them as printed by Caxton, with a few additions from Geoffrey of Monmouth and other sources, and an endeavor to arrange the many tales into a more or less consecutive story. The chief pleasure which came to me from it was, and is, that it began for me a long and intimate acquaintance with Lord Tennyson, to whom, by his permission, I dedicated it before I was personally known to him. James Knowles. Addendum by Lady Knowles. In response to a widely expressed wish for a fresh edition of this little book, now for some years out of print, a new and 9th edition has been prepared. In his preface, my husband says that the intimacy with Lord Tennyson to which it led was the chief pleasure the book brought him. I have been asked to furnish a few more particulars on this point that may be generally interesting, and feel that I cannot do better than give some extracts from a letter written by himself to a friend in July 1896. Dear, I am so very glad you approve of my little effort to popularize the Arthur legends. Tennyson had written his first 4 Idylls of the King before my book appeared, which was in 1861. Indeed, it was in consequence of the first 4 Idylls that I sought and obtained, while yet a stranger to him, leave to dedicate my venture to him. He was extremely kind about it, declared it ought to go through 40 editions. And when I came to know him personally, talked very frequently about it and Arthur with me, and made constant use of it when he at length yielded to my perpetual urgency and took up again his forsaken project of treating the whole subject of King Arthur. He discussed and rediscussed at any amount of length the way in which this could now be done, and the symbolism which had from his earliest time haunted him as the inner meaning to be given to it, brought him back to the poem in its changed shape of separate pictures. He used often to say that it was entirely my doing that he revived his old plan, and added, "I know more about Arthur than any other man in England, and I think you know next most." It would amuse you to see in what intimate detail he used to consult with me, and often with my little book in front of us, over the various tales. And when I wrote an article in the shape of a long
Sample complete. Ready to continue?